Hi, it's Jen with Cherry Tree Beads, and today we're going to make a blessed friendship bracelet using letter beads and polymer clay beads. So this is going to be a stretch bracelet put on elastic, and I'm using a 0.6 millimeter cord. So the first thing that you want to do is stretch your cord. So you just want to pull it and stretch it, all that you're going to use. This is really important as you don't want it to stretch out when you're wearing it. So just do a quick stretch, and then all you'll need for this project is a pair of scissors. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut off about 12 inches. That's more than I'll need, but I'd rather not run out. So I like to work from the middle out so that I can see how it's gonna look since it's a bracelet and I want these things centered in the middle. So when you do that, typically it's kind of nice to leave it attached to your spool so that the beads don't fall off. But when I'm working with something where I want it centered, I like to work back and forth so I know exactly the length and how I want it to be. But you have to be careful doing this so that the beads don't fall off the end. So just be careful. So I'm gonna put on a brass bead and then spell out my blessed. I'm just gonna leave that there. So these polymer clay beads are really awesome. That's these, and they are durable. You can wear them in the water. They're waterproof. And they come in lots of different colors. They've got a gold sheen on it. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but they're very fun and perfect for these bracelets. And just make sure when you're stringing your beads that you put them on so that they're going the correct direction. You don't want your letters backwards or upside down. So I'm going to put the blessed in the center, and then I think I'm going to want 2 or 3 spacer beads on the outside of it before I start with my polymer clay. So there we go, is my blessed. It all looks correct direction, spelled right. So then I'm going to add just 2 on either side. So I'm going to add 1 more on this side and 2 more on this side. And then I'm going to go ahead and string my polymer clay. Now I like to keep the beads on the string so that when I pull them off, then I can just straight string them onto my other cord. I found this saves me a lot of time. I know a lot of people like to take theirs off the string and put it in little containers, but I find that if I do that, it's harder to restring them later. So I prefer to leave them on the strand for that reason. So I'm just gonna work back and forth and put, you know, 1 inch to a 1/2 inch of beads on either side, working my way back and forth until it's long enough to be a bracelet. So then when you feel like you might be getting close enough to have enough for a bracelet, I normally just hold it very tightly at the end like this, and then put it on my wrist and see how it's gonna be if there's a knot there. So I'm pretty close to being done. I'm just gonna maybe do, I don't know, a few more beads on either side just to get this long enough. All right, and then we're gonna test it one more time. So hold it tight at the end right there, put it on. That's gonna be perfect. So I'm gonna stretch it one more time, make sure I got it all nice and stretched out. And then I'm going to tie a knot. And then I'm gonna tie another knot and pull it nice and tight. And I'm gonna flip it around and tie one on the other side. And that is a super strong knot that's gonna hold very tightly. And then you're just gonna take your scissors and cut off the excess elastic. And then because I used the 0.6, it's small enough to where the knot hides up in the holes of the beads. And there's my stretch friendship bracelet saying blessed. Thanks so much for watching, and all the supplies can be found at cherrytreebeads.com.